It is the final stop before the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. Tonight, we have the Elimination Chamber. 2 Elimination Chambers will be taking place. We'll find out who will face Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. And we're going to see who will be the WWE Champion heading into a match against Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Welcome everyone to the Elimination Chamber. If you want to watch a specific match, make sure you head to the description down below and click on the timestamp. It will take you to whichever match you are interested in seeing first, and also we'll have the full match card as well. Well, I feel as though there is no better way to kick things off for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view with an Elimination Chamber match. This match will determine who will face Braun Strowman at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. The first entrant, the first participant, it is the Intercontinental Champion, Robert Roode. Robert Roode coming off a win over Buddy Murphy at the Royal Rumble. Of course, a part of the group known as Insurgence. Roode has been on a roll for many months now. Victories over John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. Roode he's a real star, there's no doubt about that. He has been excellent. His win-loss record is fantastic. He is the champion for a reason. But the question is, can a former NXT champion, now current Intercontinental Champion, take that next leap and potentially become Universal Champion? Speaking of John Cena, the legendary John Cena still has gold in his eyes. That's all he wants to accomplish. That is his mission right now. He is determined to win his first World Championship since Season 2 of Universe Mode. A long time for Cena. 92 wins, 56% win-loss for John Cena, chasing 100 wins and chasing one last potential run with the Universal Championship. Well, what a legend Cena has been, involved in many of the great rivalries, many of the great moments in Universe Mode history. But the fact remains, Cena hasn't been able to get it done over the last couple of years. He's been a little bit quiet. Intercontinental Championship he has won, yes, but Cena needs to do a little bit more than that. I feel he needs to take that next leap, get himself back in the mix, and get himself a shot at going to WrestleMania. Wait a second. This is the music of Brock Lesnar, and that is the man himself. Well, we didn't know who was the 6th participant in this match. Well, we can confirm it now. Brock Lesnar is in the building and looks as though he has claimed that last spot. Paul Heyman has done a fantastic deal with our Raw General Manager Christian, and Paul Heyman has landed his client the opportunity to head to WrestleMania. Well, we haven't seen Lesnar on all that much as of late, just sporadic appearances, Royal Rumble appearances, and one-offs here and there. Lesnar been out of the mix for a while, and now he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Well, this changes everything. Lesnar is here, and now all of a sudden, well, you can throw away anyone who you thought was a favorite to win this thing, because right now, Lesnar may just be the very favorite instantly. Shinsuke Nakamura on his way to the ring, former United States Champion. And we have been waiting for Nakamura to win the big one himself. He's been teaming up with Finn Balor as of late, but he had to beat Finn Balor in that fantastic gauntlet match to get here. So Nakamura certainly deserves his place here tonight. He had to go through a grueling gauntlet, and a couple of matches he had to win in that one to get this place here, a part of the chamber. Well, that will round out the 4 participants who will be in the pods. And of course now 2 men will be in the ring to start this match off. And I think we know who that will be. Looks as though it will be Samoa Joe and AJ Styles to open up this match. And these are 2 men who have had some issues as of late, ever since AJ Styles was forced to leave Smackdown and come to Monday Night Raw. Well, AJ Styles has had his issues with Samoa Joe. Well, here comes AJ Styles. 52 wins, 62% win-loss. He's been multiple-time WWE Champion. Now back on Raw, and Styles has to get himself this win tonight to earn a spot for the Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. AJ has been brilliant on Smackdown, but Monday Night Raw is a whole new kettle of fish to deal with. He has to really work hard here tonight, up against 5 of the very best on Raw, including Samoa Joe. As we said, a man that Styles has had a run-in with. The night that he came to Raw, Samoa Joe confronted him and just let him know that Joe runs this show. Joe is the man to beat around here. Those two have a long history between one another, and Joe is very keen on reigniting that rivalry day one. Now they had the chance to face each other inside the chamber to kick things off. And I've got no doubt Joe will be looking to eliminate AJ Styles very early on. He is the former Universal Champion. He has been trying to win back that title that he lost to Braun Strowman, but not much luck has gone his way. He has not been able to do it. Of course, he is the leader of Insurgence. He's got his Insurgence member, Robert Roode, in this one. You have to feel as though they may look to team up, but I don't know for how long. As this match is underway straight away, Braun Strowman will meet the winner of this one. Joe with a belly-to-belly suplex to get things underway. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe starting off this Elimination Chamber. All right, AJ Styles and Joe. Well, this is what we've been waiting for. These two men clearly have some personal issues. No better way to settle it than inside the middle of the ring. And obviously the Elimination Chamber in effect here. They'll have a few minutes against each other before anyone else will enter in. And great opportunity for both men to deal out any damage to one another. AJ Styles with some kicks now into the hamstrings of Samoa Joe. And he has him up looking for a powerbomb and finds it. Two former world champions battling away right now. And, you know, you have to get the feeling that if it's not going to be, you know, if Braun Strowman is the #1 guy here on Raw, well, these two men will have a fair stake to claim that they may be the second best. You know, if not, it's a close 2 and 3. Clearly, these two men, in my opinion, the workhorses of this brand, fighting hard. You know, might not always play by the rules, especially if you're Samoa Joe, but you cannot deny their success. Both have been brilliant, but AJ Styles, only just coming to Raw, he still has a bit to prove. You know, some people say that just because you have success on Smackdown does not mean you're going to have that same success on Raw, and vice versa. Styles has Joe up on his shoulders right now, heading to the corner, and bounces him off the top of the turnbuckle. Now hooks that leg, trying to eliminate Joe early on, but a quick kick out. Well, Brock Lesnar is in this match. You cannot believe how much this is going to turn the tides here. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, I felt as though one of those two were probably the favorites heading in. I don't know anymore. Now that Lesnar's here, it's hard to say. John Cena as well, can never count him out. And of course, Roode and Nakamura both have great records. This is going to be a close match. This really could be anybody's match to win here. Styles with a kick now. And going to pick up Joe and lands him down right in front of him. Beautiful maneuver there from Styles. Clearly showing his class here tonight. He has not missed a step. He is looking fantastic to kick this match off here tonight. Doesn't matter if he's on Raw or SmackDown or at the Elimination Chamber or at WrestleMania. Does not matter where Styles is. I can tell you this now. It was a beautiful Pele kick. Styles is good everywhere he goes. And now Joe is down, and Styles working away on the leg of Joe. These elbow strikes working hard, time and time away. As the countdown begins, the next man in this match is about to come. Styles missing that spinning forearm as Joe barely got much of AJ there to get him down. Styles with a backbreaker, and the next man in is going to be Robert Roode. So a chance to help out Samoa Joe. Or will it be Roode looking to take matters in his own hands here? Roode not going to help out Joe just yet after being met with a frog splash. Yeah, looks like Roode is going to fight Joe here tonight. Looks like they've decided, you know what, every man for themselves. But you'd have to think Roode will be looking to try and take down Styles at least before he comes after Samoa Joe. You know, obviously the smart thing to do would be team up, but sometimes you got to put your own personal ambitions ahead of what is best for the team. And Joe picking up Rude with the right hand now. And Joe, oh no! Coquina clutch! Locked in already! Rude coming in for a quick escape! A quick exit here! Rude in trouble! But Rude! Yes, he breaks out of it. Oh, that could have been very, very disastrous for Robert Roode. He could have been gone in a matter of seconds. Styles now has Joe up and works away on the leg. Now Styles, here he comes. Drops the knee, no. Finds nothing but the canvas. And Joe with a clothesline. Robert Roode, he's still feeling the effects as Joe. Oh, enziguri. Joe coming after Styles, but Roode looking to get in the way here. Yeah, still feeling the effects of that Coquina clutch. And now Roode took nothing there for Joe. Joe still wants a piece of AJ. Just look, you know, at the moment, Samoa Joe's got no interest in fighting Robert Roode. He just wants to fight AJ Styles. And why wouldn't he? These two men have some bad blood, some beef between one another. They both want to get the one up. They both want to prove they're better than one another. And that is exactly what Samoa Joe has on his mind here tonight. He's not worried about Robert Roode. I don't think he's going to be worried about anyone else. And that could be his downfall as well. As the calf crusher now. Styles trying to eliminate Roode. He's got him. Oh, you're kidding me. Robert Roode has been eliminated already. Well, Styles and Joe both have tried to do the one-up on one another. They've both tried to eliminate Roode. They've both targeted him just simply so they can fight each other a little bit more. And in the end, Styles, oh my God, he just dropped Joe on his head. Styles eliminated Roode. Now Styles looking for the Styles clash. Can't get it. And Joe picks up Styles, hits him with a powerbomb. He's going to look for more though. Shoulders down, instead he goes for the pin, and no, he turns it into the Boston Crab. And Shinsuke Nakamura is in. Well, there's no Robert Roode to contend with. One man gone already. Roode didn't even last the 3 minutes, which is a real shame. Robert Roode has been excellent for a long time, but I think he just got targeted a little bit. Both Joe and Styles hitting their best submission maneuvers on them, and the calf crusher too much for Roode to handle. We're going to see Buddy Murphy later on in action tonight. He's going to be taking on the newcomer Austin Theory. And Buddy Murphy has said that he is going to come after Robert Roode once again. So, well, Roode, he might have to turn his attention to defending that Intercontinental Championship. It's now a cross arm breaker. Locked in. Styles trying to really work away on the arm of Joe. But Joe, you know, he's a submission specialist, Samoa Joe. He knows how to break free of everything. Nakamura, though, he wants his first piece of action in this one, coming after Samoa Joe. Works away on Joe with a slam, and now looking for the pin. And Styles look to try and target Nakamura. You can see both Styles and Joe looking to come after Nakamura. It's almost like they want to clear the ring so they can just fight each other. It's a very interesting concept. Nearly getting a double team there. Yeah, they're both coming after Nakamura. Styles with the chop. They're both trying to outdo each other right now. And this is incredible. This is very intriguing right now. Both men just happy to step away, fight Nakamura. This is going to make it very difficult for anyone to enter in this match because it could be a 2-on-1 scenario. Not even Joe was willing to, you know, team up with his friend, his ally, Robert Roode. He would rather eliminate Roode so he can fight Styles. Incredible scenes here tonight. At the Chamber, what a big clothesline though by Styles, landing it on a helpless Samoa Joe, an unaware Samoa Joe. And now the German suplex. Nakamura down. Styles, look out. 1916. Styles got all of that, and now Joe. Nothing pretty about that. It's just a big kick, and again, just happy to fight Nakamura only. And would you believe this? A double team between Joe and Styles. Now they're going to fight each other. And now Joe, he's got this big lock in. Here we go, the crossface, but Styles able to break free. And another man will enter in a moment's time. Styles snap suplex. Who's it going to be? John Cena or Brock Lesnar? I don't think you'd want either to enter in, and it will be John Cena. Cena is all about trying to win the one big title once again. 3 years it's been, 3 seasons of Universe Mode, a long time for Cena. Many will say, will Cena ever win it? Once again, is his career all but over? Is it time for him to let go? It's the calf crusher. Meanwhile, Styles trying to submit Nakamura. The referee not going to count the pinfall on Cena right now. He's too busy worried about Nakamura, and Cena will kick out. Well, Nakamura, the calf crusher. Styles had in that for a long time. Almost getting the submission. Nakamura and Joe, Styles and Cena. So Joe and Styles won't have a chance to fight for a while here. As Nakamura with a hip toss off the top. Shoulders down, hooks that leg. Joe in trouble. Will that be all for the submission specialist? Not going to be. Samoa Joe, as I said, former Universal Champion, would love to get his hands on Strowman again. He's been beaten by him a couple times already, though. Strowman has been the better man. Styles. DDT. Cena straight back to his feet, though. Unharmed by that move. Cena's going to go outside and get his hands on Joe, as we haven't seen the chamber itself come into play just yet. But other than the fact that we've got the pods and having to wait for your turn to get in there, we haven't seen the surroundings themselves really be utilized all that much. Styles hooks that leg again here on Nakamura. Could be all here. And Cena trying to fire up on the outside as Joe is hurting. Nakamura and Styles in the ring. And oh, Cena landing harsh to the outside. Styles hits a suplex of his own on Nakamura. And Joe again. Drilling Cena to the outside of the ring. And now Styles, I thought he was about to try and put Nakamura away, but Joe was having none of it, getting back in the way in a belly-to-belly. Joe wants his hands on Styles again. Well, they had a bit of a break from each other as Joe, Uranagi. Could this be it for Styles? He's taking a beating. Styles in trouble. Got it! My goodness! Joe has eliminated AJ Styles. Oh, you can see Styles. He may have hurt a rib or something like that. He is in some trouble. And now everybody is in trouble because the Beast is about to enter. Just 3 men to eliminate. Lesnar is in. And Joe may be the first victim. Lesnar coming after Samoa Joe. Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. Wait a minute! Coquina clutch! Locked in! Samoa Joe! Oh no, immediately Lesnar having none of it. He broke free of it straight away. Meanwhile, Cena down, but quick kick out. I thought for a second that Lesnar was about to be submitted instantly. Not to be. Well, the huge news in this one, obviously, is AJ Styles has been pinned by Samoa Joe. And Joe took a while to get there, but he worked away on Styles throughout the match. As Joe with a nice counter. And finally, the Uranagi drilling down Styles. It looks like Styles may have broken a rib. He was holding those ribs badly. He does not look good. And no wonder when you get a harsh landing like that at the Uranagi, you're not going to have much left if you've got a broken rib. As Lesnar met with a half Nelson suplex is now, oh, hang on, Nakamura slamming down Brock Lesnar. Well, here's the deal. You know, Lesnar, he is as intimidating and as devastating as ever. But Lesnar has not been at the pinnacle of his game. He's had some losses. He hasn't been as brilliant as perhaps he once was. And Brock Lesnar, coming into this one tonight, whilst he still has that intimidating aura about him, he can be beat. We have seen that. But I think the way to beat Lesnar is to have everybody try and take him out. Because he's fresh. Joe's been in there from the beginning. As meanwhile, Cena's down. Could be all for Cena. Another kick out. Cena's still relatively fresh, but he's already faced a bit of offense. Nakamura in there for a little bit longer as well. So, the way I see it, the other 3 men need to try and eliminate Lesnar rather than trying to eliminate each other. As Cena Met there with a kick by Shinsuke. And Cena shrugs him off. And Lesnar trying to pick up Joe, not to be. And a beautiful maneuver there by Joe with the STO takedown. And now Joe going to try and target Lesnar. Big right hand, but Lesnar having none of it. Clearly Paul Heyman is the agent of the year to negotiate the fact that Lesnar is going to be in this match, this Elimination Chamber. Paul Heyman has done his job. He's earned his paycheck for the year. As Lesnar with a beautiful suplex again. At one point, Lesnar and Heyman parted ways for a while. No doubt about it, Heyman is good for Lesnar. As the Kinshasa on Cena by Shinsuke Nakamura. And he has pinned him. Cena has been eliminated with a Kinshasa by Shinsuke. Well, that is huge. One more man has gone down to 3. And Cena's dreams of main eventing WrestleMania again are all but over. And Nakamura with a big kick. Well, Shinsuke, that is a huge moment. Huge confidence boost in his career as well as Nakamura has that arm hooked. He's trying to submit Samoa Joe. He has that arm breaker in. That arm bar, can he get it in? He's lost his grip. Meanwhile, Lesnar and Joe back at it again. Shinsuke, does not want to be caught in the crossfire there. Nakamura, he's going to go for it again. Nakamura looking to try and submit Joe once again. He's got it in. He's wrenching the arm back. Joe, we said earlier on, he knows how to get out of everything. He's done it again, though. Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what, if Lesnar... wow. What about the strength there? Hitting a German suplex. Don't even have to leave his own feet. I was going to say, is another suplex? If he can find that Kimura lock, he may be able to defeat Samoa Joe as Lesnar is firing himself up here. Danger signs now for Nakamura. Met with a big time power slam. Lesnar is really fired up here. Coming after Samoa Joe. Nakamura dazzled and dazed at the moment. Lesnar, can he inflict enough pain? Eliminate. Oh, Nakamura! DDT! Into the cover. Lesnar down. Referee very slow. 2, and that's all he'll get. Well, Lesnar thought he was going to unleash, but doesn't look to be the case. Joe now. Well, this is what we said. Target Brock Lesnar. Instead, Nakamura, well, he fends off Joe. Immediately turns back to Lesnar. Can't find anything there. This time he's going for it. And neck breaker. Joe coming after Shinsuke again. Just getting him out of the ring. I think this may be a bit of a bragging right situation. Who can beat Lesnar? Joe making sure Nakamura's down. Lesnar trying to get up to his feet. And Joe wants more of Brock Lesnar. And why wouldn't he? You've got the big beast entering this match. Be a huge coup for you if you can pin him and take him out. No better way to prepare yourself for Braun Strowman than by beating Brock Lesnar. And Joe kick it out. Nakamura right hand. Lesnar trying to fend off Shinsuke. Multiple time US champion. On the rise, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's had his eyes on the tag team championships for a while now. But still no doubt about it, he could be world champion at some point. He has all the tools. He just has to beat Brock Lesnar first. And Lesnar met with a knee. And Shinsuke just trying to fend off the beast. Another knee. Caught Samoa Joe that time. Well, who's going to get the next big move? That's what I'm waiting for. Lesnar. Here we go. German suplex. There's one. He might be looking for 3. Maybe more. Lesnar with 2. Lesnar. I think he likes 3s. He lands 3. German suplexes on Shinsuke Nakamura. Will that be enough to pin Nakamura? Yes, it will be. Nakamura is gone. And we are down to 2. Lesnar and Joe. Well, Joe's been in here since the beginning of this match. Lesnar, the least amount of time. Great combination there by Samoa Joe. You can see he's holding his own ribs. The wear and tear on the body. The nature of the chamber. Joe heading to the top. And oh, I don't think he got enough. I don't think he got the distance. Lesnar did roll out of the way as Joe was getting up, but Joe still thought about going off, and he did. Maybe a bad call, but hasn't hurt him too badly though. Joe is just slowing down. You can see that he's hurting badly. Lesnar needs to strike. Oh, he's got him up. He's going for the F5. This may be enough. This may be it. Lesnar is going to WrestleMania. The F5 by Brock Lesnar. And that is all. Brock Lesnar wins the Elimination Chamber. Lesnar hits the F5. And a battered and bruised Samoa Joe. A beaten down Joe. Can't resist. Can't kick out, and Lesnar books his place at WrestleMania against Braun Strowman. A battle of the beast and the monster. That is going to be a hell of a fight. What we saw earlier on the match, Joe and Styles, well, their rivalry is certainly right there. It has reignited. Those two men had a humongous battle for many minutes there. They tried to outdo each other throughout the match, and maybe Joe was too focused on that rather than trying to win the match itself. Lesnar swooped in, and he got the job done. Lesnar will meet Strowman at the big dance, the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania. Well, speaking of WrestleMania, more WrestleMania implications here tonight, as Sasha Banks will face off against Natalya in our next contest. Sasha Banks has been brilliant ever since coming to Smackdown. She has been wanting to get her chance at Charlotte Flair and her Women's Championship. Well, she's just got to do one more thing to get there, and that is beat Natalya tonight. Sasha Banks is the most winningest superstar in women's history in Universe Mode. 79 wins to her name, multiple time Women's Champion. And I gotta say, if she can get her chance at Charlotte, I really believe she may be good enough to beat her at WrestleMania. It's been a long time coming. But Natalya, she is a workhorse. She has been in the game for a long time, and she just keeps on going. Natalya back in the hunt, scoring a big win to get herself in this position. Natalya could once again become Women's Champion. I tell you what, if Sasha Banks has the most wins, I think Natalya's got the second, 76 wins to her name. This is a battle between two of the great women of all time here in Universe Mode. Natalya's been champion, but not for a long time here. Smackdown Women's Championship is potentially in one of these women's futures. With the Women's Championship on the line at WrestleMania, we're going to find out who will face Charlotte Flair in that match. In a moment's time, Charlotte will meet the winner of Natalya and Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks made the jump from Raw to SmackDown a few months back. She immediately let Charlotte Flair know her intentions. And Charlotte's had a pretty easy run of it as of late. Has not had to really defend her Women's Championship all that much. Hasn't had that many matches, in fact, Charlotte. So Charlotte's been pretty lucky. You know, Charlotte only had 51 wins in her Universe Mode career, so Sasha Banks has had a lot more matches in comparison to Charlotte Flair, and more wins to the name of Sasha Banks as well, and very similar win percentages as well. So both women very, very good. Natalya herself, you know, I've got to say, she feels like a bit of an underdog in this one, but Natalya's showing a bit more of a mean side to her as of late. She's willing to, you know, step on a few toes. She's willing to do whatever it takes, I feel, to get what she wants now. You know, she's no longer the nice girl. She's no longer trying to play friends with everyone. She's starting to really amp it up. She's starting to really try and take what she wants, and that is to become the Women's Champion. So she's tired of waiting on the sidelines. She's tired of letting everyone have the shots before her. She's been around long enough. She's been waiting long enough. She wants this shot, and she just has to beat Sasha rather, to get to Charlotte. Sasha with a big kick right there to Natalya. So these two women both have one goal in mind. Get to WrestleMania. And you can clearly see right from the get-go, both women not trying to let each other, you know, have a good start at all. They both want to have the upper hand and maintain momentum in this one. And you got to respect that. Charlotte will be watching on, eagerly waiting to find out who her opponent will be. And I'm going to say it doesn't matter really who it is. Either way, she's in for a huge fight, Charlotte, because this is going to be a tough contest no matter what. As Sasha with the pinfall attempt, couldn't quite get it. And now Natalya. Oh, slam right in the canvas there. Sasha trying to follow it up, but missing. Natalya wisely rolled out of the ring and meets it with a huge right hand. Sasha too busy trying to taunt Natalya, and she got met with a right to pay for it. Now the leg drop as well. Natalya, just the one. Well, Natalya, you can see right there already trying to, can't believe that she didn't get more than just one there. She's already starting to maybe doubt herself a little bit. And that's exactly what she cannot afford to do. She's in this match for a reason. She's earned the right to be here. You might not agree with the way her attitude's been, but you have to agree with the fact that she's deserving of being in this one, and she can't afford to doubt herself already. Hung Sasha off the ropes there, and Natalya just got to keep going. Back herself, back her abilities. Well, that's what happens when you don't win a championship for a long time. You start to wonder in your mind, am I good enough? Do I still have what it takes? Especially when you're at Natalya's stage of her career, and you're at the latter stage. You may no longer be in your prime. You may no longer be as sharp as you once were. So when you have a big match like this and you aren't going as well as perhaps you would have liked early on, you start to doubt yourself. And as soon as you do, it's hard to come back. So far, Natalya's maintaining control until that very moment. Sasha, too quick for her. Got to the rope, pulled it down, and Natalya falling to the outside. And Sasha, no doubt about it, still in her prime of her career, still looking as good as ever inside the squared circle. She's still as dominant, still racking up the victories. So when you got someone like Natalya who's hot and cold at the moment, she finds some success here and there, but she can't really maintain it for a long stretch of time. Whereas Sasha clearly looks consistent, looking fantastic, looking dominant as ever. Natalya will have to be worried if she can't put Sasha Banks away early. And you can see there again, starting to doubt herself, starting to get a little bit worried. Backbreaker. Not a lot of oomph behind it, but enough to try and wrench that knee into the back of Sasha, applying a bit more pressure. And Banks will fall to the outside of the ring. Well, Natalya, as we said, 76 wins. But that's over the course of 5 seasons of Universe Mode. Now, Sasha Banks hasn't been around for that much longer, but clearly Natalya hasn't quite had the success that maybe she would have been hoping for. But 57% wins suggests to me that, she's been good for majority of her time, but maybe not as good as perhaps she would have hoped. As the neckbreaker from Sasha, this may be all for Natalya, but she's able to kick out and stay in this one. Sasha now, maybe looking for the bank statement. Natalya, slowly back to her feet. Backstabber, bank statement, locked in, but the rope break enforced. And Sasha taunting Natalya right in her face, but she didn't get the win. That's what she's got to worry about. Sasha, here we go, with a couple of big clotheslines, followed up by the drop kick, and Sasha in control. And Natalya with a scoop slam rather. Now, hooks that leg, shoulders down, but a kick out. Natalya trying to hang in there. It's really been all of Sasha for the last few minutes. Natalya, she's struggling. She's trying her best, but gets met with that neck breaker again. A move that has been used to beat many women, including Nia Jax, to win the title for herself. And it's used tonight to beat Natalya and book her place in the Smackdown Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. Well, there you have it. Sasha Banks gets her 80th victory in Universe Mode. It is the 80th win for her, and maybe the most important in a long time. A win that secures her place in a match against none other than the Smackdown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. That is a showdown that I cannot wait to see. A match that I've been waiting for a while. Two of the top dogs will finally meet. And right now, backstage, we've got the big dog himself. It is Roman Reigns. We're going to catch up with him and see what he's thinking heading into his big match tonight. Roman Reigns, great to have you here with us. Roman, tonight you defend the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. Roman, where's your head at? You now know that Sami Zayn is going to challenge for your championship at WrestleMania. Are you worried about Sami Zayn, or are you worried about the chamber match here tonight? First of all, I'm not worried about Sami Zayn. I've never been worried about Sami Zayn in my entire life. Sami Zayn can say whatever he wants, that this is some big redemption tour for him. This is some big comeback, that he wants to become champion and relive his big moment, the dream moment, finally to come into fruition for him. I don't care. Last year I was in the same predicament. I had to go to WrestleMania and defend my championship, and I did it. I beat the man who had a big comeback story of his own. I took him down, and I won. I have won the Elimination Chamber match multiple times in my career. I'm not afraid of the Elimination Chamber. I never have been, never will be. Tonight, it's just another match for me. It's just another title defense. I know that I can use my experience in the Elimination Chamber to beat anybody. I'm not afraid of anybody in this match. That is except for maybe The Fiend Bray Wyatt, because I don't know what the hell is wrong with that guy. But nonetheless, I know I can beat Seth Rollins. I know that even though Randy Orton is in the form of his career right now, I can beat him. Andrade, he's still new, and he's going to learn tonight that I am better than him. Lashley, he's a U.S. champion. He's got a great record. He may be the toughest man in this match to beat. But I know that Lashley has got a few weaknesses in his game that I'm going to exploit tonight. So yeah, I am feeling pretty confident, but I'm not naive. I know this match is going to be tougher than ever. I know everybody in this match is deserving of being here. But I'll just say this. I want to get to WrestleMania because WrestleMania is the big show of the year. It's what it all matters. I don't care about Sami Zayn. I don't want to get to WrestleMania to fight Sami Zayn. I'm going to beat Sami Zayn without breaking a sweat. I just want to make sure the whole world gets a chance to see it, and I get a big paycheck to do so. So Sami can say what he wants, but I just really don't care about Sami Zayn. Clearly a total lack of respect there by Roman Reigns, showing no interest in Sami Zayn, no care for Sami Zayn, and not seeing Sami Zayn as a threat. Well, I can't say that's a wise move by Roman Reigns, but more on that later on. Sami and Roman may potentially happen at WrestleMania. Roman has to win here tonight, though. Speaking of winning, AOP. The Authors of Pain, they are a team that do nothing but win around here. 24 wins to their name, 75% win ratio. It is the best ratio in the tag division on Smackdown. This is a team that you don't want to mess with. They are dominant, they are brute, and they have a chance to become tag team champions here tonight. But their fun-loving New Day are in their way. Well, this will be good. The New Day have been fun to watch. They have been great for a long time. But the fact is, they haven't been tested like this, in my opinion, in their entire reign as tag champs. 60 wins to their name, 61% win-loss. No Kofi Kingston ringside for this one tonight. Banned from ringside by our SmackDown GM Edge, making sure that this is a fair contest. Of course, Kofi Kingston has been the singles man for the New Day, whereas Woods and Big E have been focusing on the tag division, and they have been very successful since doing so. Well, some more new teams are coming their way in the SmackDown tag division. Of course, John Morrison is back. He's been teaming up with The Miz. They've only had one match together, and it was a win. So that's always exciting to see another new team in the ranks. And of course, the Usos. They might be waiting for the winners of this one. I get the feeling that could be very well the case. So we'll see what arises out of that. But the New Day taking on AOP here tonight. This should be a good contest. The New Day, multiple-time tag team champions, been teaming up for many years now. AOP have been teaming up for a while themselves, but haven't had the success that perhaps they would have expected. They've been in and out of the mix, but nonetheless, their win-loss percentage still remaining very strong. And I suppose that's all that matters. You know, as long as they keep on winning, keep on proving how dominant they are, the title reigns will come. There's Akam and Rezar in there against Xavier Woods and Big E. Yeah, it's Rezar in there at the moment against Xavier Woods. Akam on the apron. Some more ink work done here by Rezar, looking a bit more built up, a bit more strong. And that's what you got to expect from the AOP. They need the size. That's been their motive. They use their size to their advantage. Usually, they're the biggest team in the division at all times. Not many teams usually are able to out-muscle them. Big E will certainly be able to match them for strength here tonight, but Xavier Woods will have to utilize his agility and most likely his brains and his wits to outsmart AOP. As Rezar has done his job, he's going to bring in Akam now. As Xavier Woods lifeless at the moment, barely moving. As Akam has a chance to take advantage. As a big knee right to the side of the head. Well, throughout the last season of Universe Mode, of course, we've seen the Shield. They teamed up, being tag team champions. And the Club, of course. Those are probably the big two teams in the division for a while there. And the New Day have come along as well and have found their success. So it's been some pretty interesting stuff in the tag division here on SmackDown. Some great teams have been battling away, but now it's up to the New Day to try and hang in there. And teams like AOP, and we said earlier on, Miz and Morrison coming along, and the Usos. Some teams that will certainly be very tough to handle. We've had some makeshift teams as well, no doubt. You know, we've had some teams such as Rusev and Jinder Mahal teaming up. We now know that's no longer a duo. They've split up, so you know, some other teams have come and gone, but those four teams we mentioned will probably be the staple of the tag division going forward. But who's going to be the champions? That's the big deal. New Day at the moment, AOP could easily win these titles here tonight. Woods in the corner. Big E tags himself in. Weiss move there from Big E. And here we go. Big E and Akam. And it's Big E! Picks him up and hits him with a back body drop. Now that is impressive. No surprise, Big E, one of the biggest men going around. Probably one of the biggest humans going around on the planet. Not many men will be able to match him for strength. He is as strong as anyone on the roster. And Akam quickly finding that out as Big E trying to pick him up again, but Akam with the counter. And Big E shuts that down though. Well, here's the thing about the New Day. You know, they're pretty goofy. They like to have fun. They like to mess around. But when they get in the ring, that's when they start to go into that serious mode. You know, AOP, they're serious all the time, so they're always ready to go. But, you know, New Day, they don't mind making fun of themselves. Don't mind playing a few practical jokes. But there is no joking about when they're inside the ring and the tag title's on the line. Woods this time tags himself in. So the New Day, realizing that they might be in a little bit of trouble, and on two occasions tagging themselves in, trying to help out the team. Woods with a right hand, taking out Akam. And Rezar wants in, and this is where Woods has to try and shut him down and doesn't do so, but a double tag takes place. Rezar is in, Big E's back, and Rezar with a Thez press, right hands right in the face there of Big E. One half the tag team champions, Big E, in a bit of danger here as Rezar working away on the shoulder with that big vice grip. You know, AOP have struggled with injuries throughout their run as a team. When they're on the park, when they're both fit and healthy together, no doubt about it, not many teams better than them. And their record says it all. 24 wins, 8 losses. That's not bad at all. As Big E kicks out. You know, so that clearly suggests more often than not, they are ready to go, and they are very, very difficult to beat. Usually, a team like AOP, they will have their odd loss just from a lack of experience. But I feel as though they've gained that experience now. They kind of know each other a little bit better. They know how to utilize their strengths and try and mask their weaknesses a little bit better. And that's why they've had a little bit more success as of late. There's a big time splash. Big E hooks that leg. Could be all no. Is this the night though? AOP capture the tag team titles. Drew to the corner. Big E might look for a tag, and here we go. Might be a bit of a unicorn stampede. Stomping away in the corner. Woods as well. Big E tags himself back in. Stomping and stomping and stomping away in the midsection of Razor. Here comes Woods and a big sliding drop kick. Landing right there on Razor. Hooking that leg. Will this be all here? Oh, wow. There you go. A very emphatic kick out. Not worried at all. Here's Razor. And Woods shrugged off. Shut down there. Here's Xavier Woods by one half of AOP, Razor. Akam, no interest in getting in there just yet himself. And Woods, right hand. And Big E, back in. Well, that's what I like from the New Day, frequent tags, but I have not liked the fact that they've let AOP tag in when the going got tough. Big kick by Akam, and that immediately shut down any potential chance of Big E regaining control. Misses the right hand, and Akam with a kick. Here comes Big E though. Big E. And still can't quite get the better of him. Akam got him back in the corner. More rights. Oh, Big E's hurt badly there. He got all that right hand. And this is the issue for Big E. You know, look, every time you get hit by the AOP, it hurts you so much more in comparison to other teams. And now the belly to belly. Big E doesn't get thrown around too often like that. And that's what can really affect you when you're used to really staying on your feet, not getting knocked around or thrown around. When it happens to you, when you're not used to it, it hurts all that much more. And Big E, shoulder block takedown. Thought he was going to go for a tag, but he's going to go to the top. What is he going to try and do here? Big E! What an elbow. Don't mind that. Something a little bit different from the bigger man. Xavier Woods normally would perfect that, but hey, if you get hit with an elbow by Big E, it's going to hurt a lot more than Xavier Woods' elbow. All that extra weight and power landing down on you, but oh, it's been shut down by Akam immediately with a belly to belly. Now he'll tag in Razor. And AOP have been able to find tags just when they need them. This time, Big E gets one to Woods just when he needed one. Found the clothesline. Xavier Woods, here we go. What can he produce? Not a lot. Shut down with a clothesline again. Xavier Woods, tall task here to try and take down Razor. Big E is down, no help needed right now for Razor. He's looking to try and pin Woods in a kick out. Woods, I don't know if he can get this done alone. Woods, hang on. Oh, he's got him down. Woods able to get Razor off his feet. Can he take advantage? Make the most of it. Big E back to the apron. A kick out. Well, chance now for Woods to utilize Big E here. Try and set him up for something big. Maybe try for the up, up, down, down. Woods tagging Big E. And this might be it. Woods going to pick him up. And Big E, yes, he'll hit it this time. They've got it. Up, up, down, down by the New Day. Razor is down. And Akam, a step too slow. And the New Day scrape in with a win. Oh, they just barely survived tonight, the New Day. Just when they needed the tag, Big E was able to get back to the apron, find it. Woods hit the up, up, down, down with the assist by Big E. And the New Day just barely hang in there and retain their tag team titles and hand the AOP just their 9th loss in Universe Mode history. A rare one for AOP. They slipped up tonight. Get the feeling though, if they had their chances again, things could go very, very differently for the New Day. They can dance and celebrate tonight. Not their best of wins, not by a long shot, but a win is a win nonetheless. They hang in there. They still have those tag team belts. How much longer, though? I don't know. The Usos, Miz and Morrison, and more are emerging. The tag division is just about to start to heat up a little bit further here on SmackDown. The New Day are still the champions. They're still the team to beat. How much longer will they be champions for? A chance to look at the future of Monday Night Raw in this next contest. As a man we've seen a little bit of in recent times, emerging after having a horrendous start to his career, he is starting to bounce back. This man, Buddy Murphy, a man who, as we mentioned a moment ago, had a horror run. Loss after loss after loss. You can see his record a moment ago. Still not the best going around, but he's on a bit of a roll. He's building some momentum. He's picking up some wins. He's starting to build something impressive. He's had one chance at the Intercontinental Championship, and that was a loss against Robert Roode, but he vows to get himself back in contention. He wants another shot, and tonight, he's up against a newcomer in Austin Theory. Should be a good contest here, as we mentioned. Two up-and-coming guys here on the roster. Theory, this is just his second match. Austin Theory had one match recently on main event, and it was a win for him. One win to his name, and that is all. So Austin Theory, one of the new stars, emerging here on Monday Night Raw. Many will still be coming along their way soon, but Buddy Murphy, he'll have his work cut out for him here tonight. A guy yet to lose. He's pretty young, he's pretty arrogant, he's pretty brash, he's pretty confident. This is a guy that believes in himself and what he's able to do in the ring. He's got full of confidence. And as we mentioned, Buddy Murphy is on a bit of a roll, picking up some wins and some big ones as well, even beating the likes of a Sheamus not long ago. Murphy believes in himself now after, always doubting himself, not confident at all, but he's finally starting to believe that he could be something in the future. Buddy Murphy against Austin Theory here tonight at the Elimination Chamber. And Murphy out to get another win, to get one step closer to an Intercontinental Championship rematch, and that would be huge for him. Of course, Robert Roode was in action earlier on tonight. He had a bit of a disastrous night, to be fair to Robert. He was not involved in that Elimination Chamber match for all that long. Quickly dispatched by AJ Styles. Not even his Insurgence teammate had any interest in keeping him in that matchup as well. So a tough one for Roode. Is a big kick there to the face. Now into the German suplex. Great combination there on display by Theory. Well, that'd be a great opportunity for Buddy Murphy or potentially Austin Theory, whoever gets this win tonight, to maybe capitalize on Robert Roode losing a bit of confidence. Roode's a guy who's had so much success for a long period of time. What a big slam there by Theory, who looked really good to start things off here. Murphy a step behind at the moment, and Theory into the cover, hooked that leg, and now this could be all here for Buddy, but he could kick out. Yeah, well, look, Buddy Murphy put up a good fight against Robert Roode at the Royal Rumble. Obviously didn't get the job done, but, we saw signs, we saw flashes of brilliance, and I think he took Roode to the limit in a few instances there in that match as he hits the drop kick into the cover himself, won't get it. So Murphy has shown that, maybe a singles run, a singles championship reign isn't all that far out of the picture. I think Murphy has started to, as I said, believe in himself on his own after, he had a disastrous run, didn't have much success in NXT at all, made the jump to Monday Night Raw. He took a bet on himself, and it's worked out as, there's a modified cutter there from Theory. Didn't get him all the way to the ground, instead hit the shoulder instead. A bit of a cutter and a stunner all combined into one. I don't mind that. Now the battle continues here. Murphy trying his best to get himself into this one, and he's going to grab Theory, and he catches him out into the back. Start into this. As we said, Buddy Murphy is on the rise, but Austin Theory is a newcomer. You don't really know what to expect from him. You don't really know what kind of position he's going to be on the roster, as a beautiful package maneuver there, but he can't quite get it done. Theory's really bringing a lot to the table to start things off here tonight. I was going to say, we don't really know where he really sits on the totem pole. At the moment, he's really suggesting that he could be a major player at the moment. He is giving Buddy Murphy everything he's got, bringing out every move he knows to try and defeat Murphy. The only problem for him is that Murphy keeps kicking out. Will he do it again here? The cover gets two. And that's all it'll be. Great opportunity for Theory to showcase himself in front of the Universe Mode fans. We haven't seen him up close and personal just yet. As, oh, great counter there by Theory. Murphy was trying to set him up for something. Instead, Theory catches him out. And now, look out, clothesline to the outside. And I don't think he is finished yet. Here comes Theory. Suicide dive over the top. Lands down on Murphy. And Theory now could be on his way to pulling up a bit of an upset here tonight at the Chamber. Theory has been superb so far. But as we said, he's just not getting the 3 count. And he had that big move and he hasn't been able to back it up as Murphy has him against the ringside barricade and head first. Getting a bit of a closer look at what the barricade looks like right there. Theory trying to shrug off Buddy Murphy and get him away from him and give it a bit of a chance for himself to regroup. He won't even mind a count-out victory, but instead he's going to come back outside the ring, grab a hold of Murphy before he gets back up to his own feet. Murphy catches him out here though. No, connects with a powerbomb again. This time the outside, a bit harsh of a landing for Theory. And now Austin Theory back inside. Buddy Murphy with a chance to capitalize. Murphy has him, and he's going to maybe bring him to the other side of the ring, and Theory slowly crashes to the outside, but straight back to his feet though. He knew that Buddy Murphy was coming, and oh, Theory, what about that? Oh, yeah, that is impressive from Austin Theory. We have seen some incredible stuff here tonight, and nothing incredible about throwing your opponent into the ringside post, but it is quite effective nonetheless. As Theory is wearing down Murphy, and this is what we mentioned a moment ago, he hasn't really come close to winning, but he's hit some fancy moves, but he hasn't been able to back it up. He's done a little bit of a better job since that, but Murphy still giving him a run for his money. Theory shrugs him off there with a collar and elbow tie-up. Both men realize the count. They're going to get back inside the ring. Theory's there first to meet him, combination of elbows. And Murphy, though, up to the challenge. Able to duck underneath on one last strike. And you can see Murphy struggling. I really believe Theory could do it here. Buddy Murphy could be on his way to a loss that will derail everything he has been able to achieve. As Theory sent up high and dropping down, Murphy is in some trouble. And he realizes it. Great power here from the former cruiserweight. And oh, spins him down. Buddy Murphy lands and connects with his best shot. And that will be enough. Buddy Murphy, I gotta say, he was taken to his limit tonight. He barely got through this contest. Theory, oh my goodness, he gave him every move in the every move that he knew. He brought it out and he connected to perfection. It was just a great performance by Austin Theory, but he just couldn't quite capitalize after each of those moves. He just wasn't getting close to the 3. When he hit a big suicide dive, right here it was, he didn't really make much of it from there. Murphy able to counter just when he needed to at the right times, and he scrapes in with, as I said, a pretty scrappy win for Buddy Murphy tonight. But it is a win. That's all that matters. It's a win on pay-per-view, and it may bring Murphy one step closer to his dream of challenging and winning the Intercontinental Championship. More women's action here tonight, and we will see the Raw Women's Championship on the line. And it will be Peyton Royce, the former NXT Women's Champion, challenging for the Raw Women's Championship here tonight. Peyton Royce has Billie Kay ringside with her. Great record, 26 wins, 67%. That puts her right at the very top of this roster. She has got a phenomenal record. She has been a champion in the past. Billie Kay's helped her defend that championship as well in the past. Back in NXT, they were a bit of a dual champion, at least that's what they claimed. But Peyton Royce, she was the big match player. Whenever the big match had to happen, that's when she would step in and get the job done. Peyton Royce has been excellent, but since coming to Raw, we haven't really seen her at her best. That was up until recent times, where she has got herself in contention, and Peyton may have a chance of winning the Raw Women's Championship here tonight. It would be a big effort to knock off Becky Lynch, who has been champion for quite some time. But if anyone could do it, it may very well be Peyton Royce. 67% wins is quite impressive. As I said, puts her up as one of the absolute best here on the roster. The only woman that has a better win-loss percentage than Peyton Royce on Monday Night Raw is the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Bayley. We still don't know where she stands and what she's going to do, but Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, so much to like about what she's been able to do. She's had a tremendous rise to the top, and she has dominated the Raw roster for quite some time. She racked up 50 wins not long ago, 51 to her name now, 61%. That record continues to improve. She has been very, very impressive. She's had some tough encounters over the last few months, but to her credit, she's kept that championship around her waist, and now Peyton Royce is determined to try and take it away from her. Charlotte Flair not having to defend her championship tonight. Becky Lynch is a fighting champion. She wanted to get in here tonight and fight. Peyton Royce not backing down from the occasion, knowing that WrestleMania not too far away. Becky was still willing to get in here and do what she had to do. So Becky Lynch needs to win tonight. One step closer to WrestleMania if she can do it. And that's where I'm sure we'd all love to see her defending that championship at WrestleMania against an opponent that we do not know, of course. No idea who that will be just yet. Bayley has not made her decision. Sasha Banks looks as though she's been able to get herself the #1 contendership on Smackdown, but that could quite easily be taken away from her if Bayley does decide to go back to Smackdown. Match is on the way though. Peyton versus Lynch, one-on-one. Front face lock to start here by Peyton Royce into the leg sweep. Good start here by the challenger. Raw Women's Championship on the line. Peyton Royce, NXT Women's Champion in the past, as we said, but yet to win a championship since coming to the main roster. No better time than tonight. No better opportunity than this. You know, you get yourself a championship win, go to WrestleMania. When win, lose, or draw at WrestleMania, it doesn't really matter. You get to WrestleMania as a champion. That is huge. That's a huge feather in the cap. And Peyton Royce, I'm sure, would love to get to WrestleMania and defend that championship as well. But I'm sure just winning that championship would be so special for her, and it really would cap off quite an impressive rise as a top star here in the Raw Women's division. Great DDT. Well, she dominated down in NXT. Obviously, having Billie Kay helping you out ringside, you know, is also a massive bonus. But you know, she was able to get the wins when she needed them, and she had some battles with Ember Moon. Remember, of course, the big upset loss she had to Toni Storm at one point, but she was able to beat her in the end. You know, Peyton Royce, deservingly so, is the champion. At one point, down in NXT, she'd done everything right. She did, whether you like the way she went about it, she was a fighting champion, she was a deserving champion, and unfortunately, she didn't end up losing that championship, but she's moved up to the main roster and she's got titles on her mind at the moment, and that is the Raw Women's Championship right now. And she started this match quite well. Becky Lynch a little bit slow out of the gate here, and Lynch, here we go with a DDT of her own. Well, I mentioned earlier on Billie Kay ringside. Billie Kay obviously helped out Peyton Royce many a time in NXT, and so far here as well on Raw. So I wonder if she'll play any role tonight. You get the feeling that she'll try, but Becky Lynch might be able to win this one just decisive enough that it doesn't matter what Billie Kay tries to do, it won't matter. And that's obviously what Lynch will have in her mind. There's a couple of combinations there of suplexes. Nicely executed there by the champion. Oh, met there with a running crossbody though. And Peyton had a chance to follow it up with a cover, and she didn't go for it. Instead, Lynch brings her back with a hip toss, and Peyton now trying to use the ropes to get back to her feet, in a bit of trouble here. And Billie Kay, well, she can't even look at the moment. She's just turned away as she knew it was coming. She's a bit worried right now for Peyton, who is being suplexed all around the ring by the champion Becky Lynch, who's got a sleeper hold applied as well. The legs wrapped around the body, and Peyton trying her best to release the hold, and she's able to utilize her own body and momentum to get out of the hold, and follows up with a strike of her own, clotheslining down Lynch to try and wrestle her way back into this contest. Billie Kay, a bit more positive at the moment, but a moment ago she was a little bit concerned, and rightfully so. But Billie Kay will be concerned here as, oh, Peyton Royce slammed down again. Becky now, DDT, spiking her again. She's utilized that DDT a couple of times, and here we go. We thought about it. We said Billie Kay, she won't be silent in this one. She'll play some sort of role. The backslide. Peyton Royce, oh, bit of a stare down between both women there. Just kind of both got to a knee, stood and just stared each other down. And I think Becky Lynch kind of realized that this is how Peyton's going to play it as she hits the exploder suplex. And I don't think Billie Kay will be able to do much about that move, as Becky unable to get it done. But Becky Lynch, I don't think she'll be too thrilled that Peyton Royce is going around probably the cheating route. But I can't say I'm surprised. Peyton with a headbutt. And now getting Becky back to her feet. And Becky with a knee. And Peyton's going to try and regroup to the outside. Bit of cat and mouse stuff here now. And oh, she's trying to avoid Becky Lynch in the moment. Becky Lynch saying, where are you? You going to fight me or what? And here she is. Referee in the way a little bit. Almost got bundled over. And once again, able to counter back is Peyton Royce. Well, both women tussling away in this tight contest here. This is a close one. Becky Lynch at times looks likely. Peyton Royce just doing enough to hang in there and stay in control. Nice kick. Spinning down and connecting, and still unable to win is Peyton Royce. But she's not going to give it up yet. Peyton Royce going to line her up. Becky Lynch to her feet now, but oh, good counter there. Becky Lynch knew something big was about to come her way. Able to find the counter when she needed it, and Peyton crashes to the outside. We saw in our previous match the outside of the ring utilized pretty effectively, and now Becky's going to do the same. Exploder as well. That backsploder suplex, and Becky Lynch, ooh, close to being met by the ringside barricade, not quite. And Royce unable to connect with that kick. And Becky still remaining in control, and another suplex. This is good stuff here from the champion. And Peyton Royce, oh no, she's been sent over the top of the barricade. And Becky's going to join her out there. And now it's a back and forth, and a right hand sends Lynch back over the barricade. Count of 8 now. Lynch is back there. Royce will get there in time. Count out does nothing for Peyton Royce, does everything for Becky Lynch. It would keep that championship around her waist. And that's all that Lynch really matters. Get to Wrestlemania. That's what it's all about. And Peyton Royce can't do it if she gets a count out. Bouncing off the top rope there. Becky Lynch in a small little bit of danger here as Peyton Royce starting to get a bit of confidence back. But I have to say at the moment, Peyton's dealt a great bit of damage, and now Becky is starting to think about the end game here. Trying to work away on the arm, looking for the disarm her, but instead, Peyton connects with a huge DDT. That could be all. Not done yet. Peyton lining her up. This could be the end of the reign of Becky Lynch. Peyton Royce has her and hits the suplex. Legs hooked. No! Becky just kicked out in time. The referee's hand was coming down for the 3, and Peyton Royce can't believe it. She hit the fisherman suplex. Won't be enough. She needs to keep on going, and that's exactly what she's doing. Now she's talking to a few fans. She's a little bit upset. Maybe she's been booed. And Peyton, what has she got planned? Oh no, what the heck is she going for here? Wrapping up the arms of Lynch and wrenching them back. Utilizing the ropes as well. And a big kick to follow it up. Wow, that is some innovative offense from the challenger. Royce looking to really do whatever it takes here. Lynch now into the steel steps. Those stairs being utilized quite effectively. And Lynch is just trying to survive at the moment. I've got to say, Peyton Royce could be on the verge of winning this championship. I think she just has to get it back in the ring and find that big move again. Maybe go for the suplex again. Maybe try for a couple of suplexes. I don't know, but Peyton with some big strikes, getting it back in the ring. And you can see, oh, she's just taking a second to take a bit of a breather, and that could be costly. She's slowing down a little bit. How much more has she got in the tank? Well, she's on the offense. She should be able to try and finish the job here. She hasn't had a lot of damage come her way in recent times, and the fact she took too much time may have proved to be a bit costly there. Peyton, though, follows it up quickly with a running crossbody. Becky in some trouble. Big counter, though, blocking the forearm. And Becky, look out! There's the exploder again! Becky swiftly into the cover. Peyton down. Has she got enough? No, she doesn't. Lynch escapes with the win. Well, you just saw a moment ago, she was just starting to slow down. She was feeling the effects of the match. She just was starting to really show the fact that she was worn down, didn't have a lot left in the tank. And Becky capitalized. She hit the exploder, then quickly ran over to the cover and went for it straight away. If she had waited a little bit longer, I don't think she would have got the 3, but she caught out Peyton when she was at her most vulnerable, and that was huge. Becky Lynch with a must-win, able to get it. It was a massive match for her. One last battle to overcome before WrestleMania, where she will now defend her championship against an opponent we don't know. But Becky, we do know, will be the Raw Women's Champion heading into that match. Great performance by the champion tonight. Gotta say, Peyton really took it to her limit. But Becky was just smart enough in the end. She knew when to strike, and she did it to perfection. Love that win from Becky Lynch tonight. Impressive as always. And no, wait a second. Bayley's in the ring. Bayley's attacking Becky Lynch, the Royal Rumble winner. Bayley. Oh, no, what is she doing? This is not like her at all. Bayley with a tornado DDT. Bayley attacking the champion. Well, this is very uncharacteristic of her. She's normally a fair person, meet you face to face and give you a chance to fight back, but she's hit Becky Lynch with a blindside attack tonight. Drops the knee again. Becky's already gone through a tough encounter, and Becky trying to get to her feet to fight back. Bayley ready to strike, and there is the Bayley to belly. And there you go, taunting the fans as well. Do you like that, she says. And she's demanding that Lynch get back up to her feet. She wants to deliver some more punishment. And this is a message said clearly. Bayley is coming for the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley to belly again. This is a side of Bayley we have not seen before. And Bayley, letting the fans know all about it. She's been, hugging kids, kissing babies. She's been doing all the right things, and it's got her nowhere. It's time for Bayley to do what's right for herself. Two of SmackDown's best competing tonight to determine who will face Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. Rey Mysterio, the legendary Rey Mysterio, on his way to the ring. 47 wins to his name, 54% win-loss. Singles Championship gold has been something that's really eluded Rey for quite some time here in Universe Mode. Been Tag Team Champ in the past, of course. He's obviously been in and out of Universe Mode over the last few seasons, but he's now officially found a home on SmackDown after having a Legends contract. He decided to sign a full-time deal with SmackDown, and he's now exclusive to that brand, and he wants to start being a champion again. Well, Rey is dealing with one of SmackDown's emerging talents, a man who has strung together a tremendous series of wins, and a man who I believe could have all the potential in the world. But this is the type of match that has eluded Drew McIntyre. This is the type of match that has been a difficulty for him to overcome. Top level stars, the big guns, the big names, men that he has struggled to beat. 47 wins to his name as well. Both men, 47 wins. Both men looking to get themselves ahead of one another. The winner gets the US title charts at WrestleMania. Who will get their 48th win? It may be the most important win in quite some time for both men. McIntyre had a dreadful start to his Universe Mode career, but that number of wins, that percentage has been racking up. It's getting better and better as this man continues to get better and better. Well, of course, we know Bobby Lashley is the United States Champion, and we'll see him in our main event tonight. He's involved in the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship as this match is underway. Mysterio and McIntyre. Well, here's the deal. Bobby Lashley has an 88 win percentage, and that is unbelievable. 22 wins, 3 losses to his name, and I believe one of those losses was the Royal Rumble match, another one being Jeff Hardy, and another being Brock Lesnar. So that is one hell of a record, and that is exactly why both these men, Mysterio and McIntyre, have their work cut out for them no matter what happens here, no matter who wins. What really matters is the fact that this contest against Lashley at WrestleMania will be their toughest challenge to date. Lashley is a machine. McIntyre has been excellent for the last couple of months, and Mysterio, we know that he's a legend. We know what he can do is... Ooh, I think McIntyre with a counter there shrugged off Mysterio in the end, and now McIntyre hits him down with a suplex. Well, we know what Mysterio can do. Given any night, he is the best on the roster. He has that ability to pull out a performance like none other. He's special. He is a legend for a reason. He's been around for a long time. All this experience, he has the ability to beat anybody on any given night. Mysterio, what he lacks is a bit of consistency, and that's what he's had troubles with. But Mysterio has got himself in this position. A title opportunity here for him as McIntyre with a big move. And McIntyre, of course, knocking off Kofi Kingston recently as well. McIntyre has been very, very good. So this is a good contest. Both men, very similar records. Both needing that next win to get them in that position for the next step of their careers. Mysterio, he's trying to prove that he can still go. McIntyre's trying to prove after all these years that he is the future, that he has the potential to be one of the very best. And he's starting to finally show it, I feel, as McIntyre can't hit the suplex. Mysterio, nice counter. Well, it's really a tale of two different tapes here. McIntyre's got the power game, the size, he's got it all. Mysterio has obviously got the speed, the quickness, the agility. So both men need to utilize their strengths. Mysterio obviously doesn't want to try and throw McIntyre around, doesn't want to try and match him for strength, because that's not going to happen. And likewise, McIntyre will not want to try and get into a fast-paced match, and that's when he'll be tired out, and Mysterio will be able to capitalize quite quickly. Very important that McIntyre is able to slow things down, be a little bit more methodical tonight, and just wear down Mysterio with his power. McIntyre doing so right now. Another suplex. This is good stuff here from both men. But right now it's McIntyre in control. And that's what we're talking about. Utilizing the strength there. Just picking up Mysterio and launching to the other side of the ring. And Ray, he's in a bit of strife here. He's struggling to get back to his feet. Mysterio though. Oh, good counter. Lashley awaits. And Lashley, as we said, will be in our main event tonight. WWE Championship on the line. Roman Reigns defending that championship against an all-star lineup. We've got Bray Wyatt. You've got Seth Rollins. You have Lashley. And of course, Randy Orton as well. He's determined to get one last big championship win under his belt. And probably the wild card in that match is Andrade. How will Andrade fare against some of the big guns? Very excited to see that one. That's our main event coming up later on tonight. Still plenty more where that came from before we get there, of course. So looking forward to seeing that, including the Brothers of Destruction defending their tag team championships against Insurgence. So, right now, Mysterio and McIntyre battling it out. #1 contenders match for the US title. Mysterio, he's had a pretty rough season here in Universe Mode. Who could forget what Bray Wyatt did to him all those months ago? Bray Wyatt terrorized him. As The Fiend, we unveiled this new character, this new persona, this new personality, identity, and it was so devastating. And Mysterio caught all the brunt of it. He was beaten down, he was injured, he was victimized. It was just brutal what Bray Wyatt did to him. Mysterio at times, he had a little bit of support. He had some friends come out and help him in that 6-man tag team match. He teamed up with RVD and Booker T. It was amazing to see that. He had a bit of support, and that was a win for them. Of course, Bray's Fireflies, that stable, that group that Bray led, and Bray, once he had that loss, decided to go in a completely different direction. He just turned into a monster with The Fiend, and Bray Wyatt has not been the same since. He dismantled Mysterio, he took him down, and now, of course, he's got his attentions turned to Daniel Bryan. He's taken down Braun, and now the WWE Championship is what he wants. Meanwhile, Mysterio is forgetting all about Bray Wyatt. He's focused on beating McIntyre 6-1-9, but doesn't follow it up. He goes for the cover instead. Is that a mistake? Mysterio gets 2, and I feel as though it was. Normally he follows it up with a big splash, the pin drop splash, 5-star frog splash, something of that nature. Is he's up top now. Yeah, definitely a mistake for Mysterio. Didn't get the 3 count. McIntyre slowly back to his feet. Here comes Ray. And he catches him out with a beautiful Hurricane Rana. What about that? Shoulders down and a kick out. Mysterio still going up top. He's got to go for it again. There's the elbow. Will he go for the pin again? McIntyre, though, gets out of the way. Mysterio still in control. McIntyre trying to shut it down, though. And Drew chopped away there from Mysterio. But McIntyre looks as though he's going to be able to fend off Mysterio right now. Showing a bit of defense, trying to hang in there. Mysterio, though, determined to keep this momentum going for himself. Driving McIntyre into the turnbuckle, but McIntyre quickly shuts that down. And pile driver from Drew. Excellent from Drew McIntyre, a man determined to become the #1 contender for Lashley's US title. Rey Mysterio, after the hell he's been through, it'd be an amazing win for him, an important win, a comeback story for him after having such a rough 6 months. At least something he would gain after all that hell that he's gone through. McIntyre has gone through years of hell. When he first started here in Universe Mode, he was part of 3MB. Yep, all those years ago, he was embarrassed. He was humiliated, a part of that group. And McIntyre has been determined to bounce back from that and rewrite history for himself. Make sure that his legacy is not about 3MB. It's about how great he was on his own and how he was potentially a world champion. Can he make that happen here in Universe Mode? Well, he's going to start with the US title first as McIntyre met there with a leg drop by Mysterio, utilizing the ropes there. The extra force landing down on Drew. Right now, it's been all Mysterio and McIntyre with a desperation clothesline. He's trying to rally some support from these fans. And they're split, they're divided. They like both superstars. McIntyre, fan favorite, as is Mysterio, of course. And the fans may be starting to realize that McIntyre needs their help. McIntyre, look out. Here we go. Future Shock. DDT. Mysterio sent down. And Drew escapes with the win. My goodness, we have seen some close matches tonight. There is another one. It really has been a tale of one move. One big move that seals the deal. For Mysterio, he hit the 619 earlier. He did not go for the splash, which I felt as though was the difference between a win and a loss for him here tonight. McIntyre hit the Future Shock DDT. He was the 619, and he goes inside the ring there. He has a chance to go for the splash. He hesitated, and here he goes. He goes for the pin instead. There is a massive mistake from Mysterio. A kick out from Drew. This was incredible from Mysterio. I thought this was going to be it when he hit that as well. It could have been all. But Drew McIntyre got back to his feet. He hit the Future Shock DDT, and that's a move that not many men will kick out of. It's a move that set up a win for Drew. And McIntyre is going to face Lashley at WrestleMania. But ladies and gentlemen, we're hearing something's happening backstage. We're going to get a camera crew there now. Something's happening backstage. It's Daniel Bryan. And that looks like the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. I just can't quite get a visual of him, but looking from the tattoos, yeah, that is definitely Bray Wyatt. And I don't know where the hell they are. Are they in a boiler room or something? I don't know, but this is maybe Bray Wyatt's lair, the Fiend's lair. But Daniel Bryan, who is not in the Elimination Chamber tonight, he's not in it due to the fact that the Fiend distracted him during his match with Andrade. It cost him a chance to be in it, and Daniel Bryan is taking it out on Bray. He's spraying him with a fire extinguisher. Bray Wyatt is hurting. He's been met with all these barrel shots from Daniel Bryan. And Bryan trying to take him down on the concrete as well. Bray Wyatt is scheduled to be in the Elimination Chamber in a moment's time. He's being beaten down by Daniel Bryan, clearly on a path of revenge. He wants to try and maybe ruin the chances of the Fiend to win tonight. He's trying to injure him. He's trying to make sure Bray does not win this thing. And clearly, Bryan is not done with Bray Wyatt yet. Of course, Bray beat him at the Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan's big return match. It was a loss, and Bryan has been losing ever since. And Bryan now just kicking Wyatt in the chest repeatedly. Wyatt has no response right now. And we don't even know what happened before our camera crew got there. Bray Wyatt, he could almost be knocked out cold. My goodness. Daniel Bryan, you can see it in his eyes. And he is not done with Bray Wyatt at all. Bryan is furious with the Fiend. But I can say this, I don't think Bray Wyatt is going to be able to compete at 100% in our main event tonight. Well, our next contest will be for the Raw Tag Team Championships. This duo, known as Insurgence, of course, Rude and Joe are part of the group as well. But this is the tag team of the group. Insurgence, represented by Kevin Owens and Elias, 14 wins, 93% win-loss. That is unbelievable. Only one loss to their name. That's right, one. And they're up against a team tonight who has 0. 2 icons. 2 legends, 2 phenoms, and 2 brothers teaming up once again as the Raw Tag Team Champions. They successfully defended against the Revival at the Royal Rumble, and here they are, Kane and The Undertaker on their way to the ring. The Brothers of Destruction. And they have been very impressive since reuniting as a team. The Revival, of course, were defeating all the legendary tag teams. These two men decided to band together again to try and take them down, and they did. The question remains, how much further are they willing to go? I don't think they plan on being tag team champions. I don't think they plan on maybe going to WrestleMania as champions. 4 wins to their name, no losses. And of course, speaking of WrestleMania, The Undertaker has never lost at WrestleMania here in this universe mode. He has never been beaten. He has got no blemishes to the record. Could he go to WrestleMania and defend the Tag Team Championships there? It's a very real possibility. Kane by his side. 2 legends back to WrestleMania again. It would be awesome. The Dead Man and Kane here at the Chamber, defending their tag team titles against Insurgents. Kevin Owens and Elias, 2 men who have had their ups and downs. Kevin Owens, especially a former Universal Champion, he has had a hell of a career And you look at his last probably 2 years, it's been very, very disappointing for himself. He went from being nearly unbeatable to many, many men plowing through him, just defeating him constantly. Kevin Owens losing the big one time and time again. Well, this is the most important match he's had in a long time. This is it. Insurgence. The future of this group relies on this team right now. Kevin Owens currently sitting at 57% win-loss. Elias, he's sitting at 58%. So both men individually are successful. As a team, as we said, 1 loss. As Owens starting off nicely against Kane. Kane, he's had an up and down career himself, but tag team champion he's been a couple of times, and you know, he's been one of those veterans that's just been hanging around, always in amongst it, always competitive, but maybe not quite the best, maybe not quite doing enough to be a champion. But teaming up with The Undertaker, that's a chemistry that you cannot deny. They are so great together. And Elias trying to wear down Kane to start things off here. This is a good start here from Elias, but Kane with a clothesline. Of course, The Undertaker, well, Undertaker's been world champion a few times here in Universe Mode, but the last few years, not so much. He hasn't really had any aspirations to win the big championship. Just 56% himself here in Universe Mode. He's had an up and down run at times. He's had some battles with Kevin Owens as well in the past, and Kevin Owens has got the better of him. And of course, Kane, 45% win-loss, and he's chasing his 80th victory tonight. And if he loses, this will be his 99th loss. So he won't want to get to 100. So he'll be determined to win here tonight. Nice sweeping takedown there from Elias. Not just a good singer, he can compete in this ring. He's just as good as anyone. As Kevin Owens gets the tag, and already I'm liking what we're seeing from Insurgence. There's been a frequent amount of tags in such a short space of time, keeping each other fresh. As Kane, he's able to get the tag. Owens unable to keep Kane away as the Undertaker is in. Taker is in, and Kevin Owens already hits him with a slam. Kevin trying to beat him and unable to do so. Well, here's the deal. Kevin Owens, no doubt, he's at one point, you know, when we think about the Universe Mode, you know, history, if we had a Universe Mode Hall of Fame, who was one of the best of all time in Universe Mode? Kevin Owens' name has to be there. That first championship reign that he had as Universal Champion was unbelievably good. Of course, he's a 2-time Universal Champion, and he, you know, ever since he lost that championship to Goldberg a couple of years back, it's just never been the same. It's just not been able to recover from it, and he's been struggling. And Kevin, he said himself, he needs this win. He needs the championship. He needs to prove himself. He joined up with Insurgents, a group of, you know, 3 other men that were all just not getting the chances that they felt as though they deserved. They weren't doing as good as they should be doing, so they've joined up together to try and rectify that. Rude's the Intercontinental Champion. Joe was at one time was the Universal Champion. Elias was kind of floundering around, not doing too much. He and Kevin Owens a chance to become tag team champions. So no doubt, Insurgents could be on the rise. Right now, Kane against the ropes, now down. Kevin Owens has enjoyed a good start here. Elias has been good as well. And Insurgents looking pretty strong as a tag's been made. Kane's back out and a double tag. Owens and Taker again. I think this is the matchup, if I'm Insurgents, that I'm going to be looking for. To anyone who can face and potentially beat The Undertaker, it may be Kevin Owens. He's done, you know, he's beaten some huge names in the past. He's done some incredible things. He may be able to beat Undertaker tonight. Undertaker and Kane, obviously at the tail end of their career. You always wonder, is this going to be the last match every time we see them? Well, they are the Raw Tag Team Champions for a reason. They've beaten the Revival, they've proven themselves, and now they are determined to hang on to these championships. Big right hand from the dead man. Now the elbow, good combination. Obviously Undertaker's age has gone on. He's a step slower than what he once was, but his strikes are still always so effective. And Kevin hits an effective strike of his own. Well, every time the dead man hits you, it will hurt. And more often than not, his opponent will stay down, giving The Undertaker some time to recover. The dead man back up. Right hand now to Kevin. Combination here. Undertaker just connecting with right after right after right. And Kevin shrugging him off. Tag titles on the line. The Raw Tag Team division could be about to be led by Insurgence, or maybe we'll still continue to see the legendary duo hang in there as the top. Well, of course, we know Finn Balor and Nakamura, they're emerging as one of the top contenders potentially coming out of this. And Lucha House Party picked up a huge win recently, beating the Revival themselves. They've started to get some wins recently. They've been racking up the wins on main event. And they've got themselves 57% win-loss. They're looking good. And you can never discount the Fashion Police and, of course, the new team of Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. So there is some definite competition here on Raw. So if Insurgents don't win tonight, they may be in the back of the line for a while. Kevin needs to get a tag. Elias wanted it. Owens won't get it. Taker with a front face lock. And a leg sweep again from the dead man. Elias still begging for a tag. Undertaker shutting it down. Owens trying to fight back. Undertaker with a couple of elbows. And he went for the clothesline, but KO. Big move. With a takedown. And there's the tag. Double tag. Kane's in. Elias is in. And Elias picks him up. Up on the shoulders. Great strength. He's still got him up there. And Kane, he's trying his best. Kane, shot to the midsection. He's got him up as well for the powerbomb. Jackknife powerbomb from Kane. Went for the big boot, missed it. Elias from behind. Drift away. Elias will do it, but Kane's huge body is able to find a boot on the rope. Undertaker still down. Kane's all alone. He's hurting. He's feeling the effects. Elias in control. Undertaker's really hurting bad at the moment. He's still down. Elias wearing down Kane. And maybe the Brothers of Destruction have bit off a little bit more than they can chew right now. It's always great to see a team from the past come back. That nostalgia trip is always fun. But they are starting to realize Insurgents are on a whole new level. Undertaker, though! Big move! Oh, no, where is he going? He's going up top. What is he going to do here? Look, drops the leg. I think it was more like the ankle, but he got enough. Undertaker didn't quite have the distance. I can't believe he went off the top to begin with, but it's kept Kevin down. But are we about to see the end? Or are we about to see a continuation? The dream lives on! Choke slam! Brothers of Destruction to do it! Elias, though, breaks it up. Undertaker gonna set him up, looking for the tombstone. If he hits this, it's over. Going for it! He's got it! Taker trying, no! Kevin! Countering! Hits a tombstone of his own! Elias tagged in! And Elias, watching and waiting, he says, you know what, Kevin, you take this, you handle this. Kevin Owens might be the right man for the job. We mentioned it earlier on. I think he's the right guy to beat The Undertaker. And great counter by Kevin. And this is a performance from the old days. Kevin Owens from the past, into the cover. Kane, he's coming. Won't have to get there though. Undertaker's hurting badly. Kane, he was hurting a lot before. Has he recovered enough? And I don't think it'll matter. I don't know if he'll get a chance to get back in there. Pop-up powerbomb. Take us down. This would be huge. Kevin Owens pins The Undertaker. He's back. Kevin Owens is back to his best. And we have new Raw Tag Team Champions. The nostalgia trip is over. Undertaker loses to Kevin Owens. The Brothers of Destruction lose to Insurgents. Taker had a chance. He went for the tombstone. KO counted. hits the pop-up powerbomb. And this is the team that will run Raw for the foreseeable future. The new Raw Tag Team Champions. What a win tonight! Kevin Owens and Elias Insurgence, the new Tag Team Champions of Raw. We're backstage with Kevin Owens. How does it feel? You've got the chip off your back. You've finally got the big win you've been needing for so long. I've been saying to everyone for months, for years, never doubt me. Don't give up on me. I still have what it takes. Tonight, I pinned The Undertaker 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I proved tonight that I am still as good as I've been saying for all these years. And my good friend Elias is too busy signing all the autographs, getting all the photos in the world. All the groupies want to take one with him right now, and that's fine. I don't care, I'll take care of this myself. I just want everybody to know and everybody to be put on notice that we mean business now. I am not taking this for granted. I have finally gotten the chip off my back, as you said. I have finally proven that I am still the man around here. Raw Tag Team Champions for a reason. Insurgence is not to be messed with. If you thought that we were done, if you thought this group was on its last legs, well, you can forget about it. We're just getting started, and I don't care who comes our way. I don't care if it's Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't care about the Lucha House Party. I don't care if anybody wants to come back from the past and try and take us down. We will beat them. We are the best tag team right now on Raw, and nobody can take that away from us. We have been waiting and waiting. We have been screwed over for months. We've had to beat 15 teams to get this chance, to get this opportunity. It's taken far too long, and we have finally proven that we are the team to beat. We are the best. And Elias and we're going to party all night. I know that, but as soon as Raw hits tomorrow, we are going to be back, and we are ready to fight anybody that comes our way, because I have finally proven once again that I am the best. And this is just the beginning for me. This is a Raw Tag Team Championship, but who knows, in the future, that World Championship might be coming my way again. Kevin Owens feels as though he's back. He even thinks maybe the World Championship could be in his future. Well, the World Championship will be in someone's future in a moment's time. As our next match, it is our main event. It is the Elimination Chamber match for Smackdown. Randy Orton on his way to the ring. 72 wins in his career. He's been to the top in the past. Former world champion. Been a long time though for Randy. He's had some of the great rivalries in Universe Mode history, and I just feel as though Randy is starting to get back to his best the last 3 months or so. We're really starting to see Randy really improve ever since he came to SmackDown. Orton is starting to hit another level. And that's why I feel as though he might be one of the favourites heading in. But it's hard to look past this man. We talked about him earlier on in the Mysterio and McIntyre match. How good Bobby Lashley has been. We now know who he will face for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. Well, he could pull some double duty if he wins the WWE Championship tonight and become a double champion. A rare thing here in Universe Mode to hold both the championships at one time. Lashley, the US champ, 22 wins, 3 losses. You know, if that was your career in MMA, you'd be pretty happy with that. You know, that was what you'd be able to achieve throughout your entire career. You'd probably retire pretty happy. So Lashley, considering his record right now, has to be very pleased with how he's going. Well, we know the first 2 men who will take up the pods. The third man is the champion himself, Roman Reigns. We heard from him earlier on. He's not worried about Sami Zayn. Does not care about Sami Zayn at all. He just cares about winning tonight and getting himself to WrestleMania. My goodness, 123 wins to his name. He's been champion many times. He's won the Elimination Chamber a few times as well. This seems to be his match. This is the match that he has perfected here in Universe Mode. And I feel as though this is going to be his toughest challenge to date. He's got 5 All-Stars in there with him. But to be fair to Roman, he's been in this position before. He's done this before. He has won this match before. Golden armband around his arm. He's the champion for a reason. You know, we talk about Hall of Famers here in Universe Mode. My goodness, this guy has been nearly one of the best. He's had a tough year, an up and down year, but there's no doubt about it. He deserves to be champion right now. He gives that title to the ref, and he's hoping tonight that he'll reclaim it. One last step. He just has to try and get through tonight to make it to WrestleMania. He says he doesn't care about Sami Zayn. Well, he shouldn't be worried about him tonight anyways. He needs to get through here, as this is going to be interesting. Obviously, this is the music of Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, who was viciously attacked earlier on in the night by Daniel Bryan. I don't know what type of condition Bray Wyatt will be in, but he cannot be 100%. Bryan attacked him with a barrel. It looks like they were in the boiler room. Bryan repeatedly kicking Bray Wyatt and attacking him. We don't even know the full gist of it. We're hearing that Bray could be even more seriously hurt than we think. Maybe even a cut under that mask. We don't know, but he's here. And I can't really tell if he's putting up a brave face or not. He seems to have a smile on his face, but he is here. He will compete in this match. And Bray Wyatt, since becoming the Fiend, has been unstoppable. It's simple as that. But he is human, we think. And even when you get beaten down pretty badly before a main event match against some of the very best, you have to get the feeling that Bray is coming to this one. I would even say 50%. I would say 25, 30%. He will be hurting badly. We heard that it took us a few minutes to get down there to figure out what was going on in the boiler room. We heard some bit of a ruckus. The cameras took a while to get down there, so clearly Bray Wyatt hanging out in his lair. Daniel Bryan found him, attacked him. We don't even know what truly went down. So Bray is hurt. This man, Andrade, he was the benefiter of the Bray Wyatt distraction, because Andrade utilized the distraction to beat Daniel Bryan to qualify tonight. So that was the big upset coming into this one. Nobody expected Andrade to make this match, and ever since signing to Smackdown, he's been on a roll. Smackdown offered him a big money contract to join their brand and be a part of their brand long term. They feel as though he has a massive future, and they get a chance to see him tonight against some of the big dogs here on the brand. 5 of the very best Andrade will face tonight, so no better chance to prove yourself than this match. And the final entrant, and the man that will start with Andrade, is Seth Rollins, former WWE champion on many occasions. He is one of the most winningest superstars in Universe Mode history. You name a title, he's pretty much won it. He's done it all. Seth Rollins has been unbelievably good. And once again, Rollins is heading to WrestleMania with no championship around his waist and wondering what is next for him. Rollins had some issues with AJ Styles. He's had issues with Roman Reigns. 125 wins, that is the most in Universe Mode history. He has been unbelievably good. But that is the past, and it's about right now. Rollins and Andrade kicking off the second Elimination Chamber match of the night, the final match of the night, the main event. The WWE Championship on the line. The winner will walk to WrestleMania as the champion, and the losers will be wondering where to next. Rollins and Andrade kicking us off here to start. This will be a good battle, I feel. We saw earlier on Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. They kicked off the Raw Elimination Chamber, and those two men targeted each other throughout the entire match. Be interested to see what happens in this one. Will we see something similar with Rollins and Andrade? Seth Rollins clearly deserving to be in this one. He's been so good. And as we said, he's been champion recently. He's had a bit of a tough time of it as Andrade set into the turnbuckle. Rollins losing his championship to Roman Reigns as Andrade with a dropkick. It seems like WrestleMania time. It's just a difficult one for Seth. He just usually falls out of favor around WrestleMania. Can't get himself in the big championship matches. or if he does make it there, often he will lose. Andrade with a snap man, now the kick to follow it up. This is really, you got nothing to lose if you're Andrade. This is a big match for him. Nobody expects him to win this one. Nobody expects him to expected him to even qualify in this. So this is a huge opportunity for him. It's great to see somebody different in the mix, and Andrade certainly believes that this may be his crowning night. This could be the biggest night of his life. He wins this match, pulls out a miracle, he will become the WWE Champion. It would be huge for him. When you look at the 4 men in the pod right now, Lashley, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton, my goodness, it is a tough task for both Rollins and Andrade. They have to last longer than everybody, and the guys that are still to come is quite frightening. If you're Bray Wyatt, you want to make sure that you're the last man in the pod. Because if Bray Wyatt can stay in the pod for the longest period of time, that might be his only way of winning this match. Having that little bit extra time to recover from his beatdown, and hopefully everyone else is a little bit hurt coming in to the match, before he gets into the match. So there's a little bit more of an even playing field. So Bray will be hoping he pulls out the last entry as Rollins with the cover. Andrade, though, with the kick out. Someone like Lashley, I feel as though he wouldn't mind getting in there straight away, just starting the fight, and try and clear out the competition early on. One way to make sure that you've got some extra time to recover is just eliminate your opponents. Have nobody left in the ring whilst you wait for the timer to count down. As it will be Lashley. Okay, Lashley coming in at 3. The third man in this match, and he's just going to wait in the corner as Rollins flies off the top with a moonsault. Lashley still happy to wait as Rollins goes for the cover here. And Lashley now will get himself inside the ring. Not sure what he was doing there in the corner, but sometimes things don't work out the way you plan. And Lashley decided to wait a few extra moments, and maybe that was the right thing to do as he hits the clothesline. Lashley now. My goodness, what a record he's got. He's even beaten Brock Lesnar. He's had battles with Jeff Hardy over the United States Championship, and we now know, of course, Drew McIntyre will face Lashley for the US title at WrestleMania. The question will be, will Lashley do double duty? Will he be the WWE Champion and the US Champ at the same time? It would be incredible. Well, if I'm Rollins and Andrade, I'm trying to take care of Lashley quickly. I want to try and double team, and I want to get rid of him because he's got the most impressive record. He's probably the best superstar coming into this match in terms of momentum and what he's accomplished, who he's beaten. Even better than perhaps Roman Reigns. Reigns is the champion, but he's had a tough time of it. Lashley has just dominated everybody. And Rollins hits a DDT. Andrade goes down, and Lashley belly to belly. Well, Lashley is used to being inside of a cage. He's not afraid of a cage. He's a cage fighter, and he loves this environment. The Elimination Chamber, a little bit different, but he won't mind his surroundings here. Whereas someone like Andrade, being involved in the chamber for the first time in Universe Mode history, this is something different for him, something new, and this is quite intimidating for him. Rollins has Andrade working on the arm right now, met with an elbow. Lashley and Andrade teaming up in Rollins a little bit here. Rollins finding a DDT. Well, when you have a guy with 125 wins next to his name in Universe Mode history, you probably want to try and take care of him early on. And you can't blame anybody for trying to team up and take care of Seth Rollins early on. I think that's only fair enough. Rollins does not want to miss out on another WrestleMania. He wants to be involved as he's trying to take care of Lashley. Hits him with a dropkick. Now Andrade again coming up the set. Won't be too long before we see the next competitor enter in. Here's the timer now. Who will be next to enter in? Will it be the champion Reigns? Will it be Orton? Or will it be the Fiend? About to find out. Rollins is down in the meantime. Andrade against the ropes. And Randy Orton is in. The Viper enters this matchup. Rollins, meanwhile, hits the curb stop. And Orton is trying to steal the glory. Lashley down. Rollins, no. Rollins is curb stop, not enough to pin Lashley. Rollins going to try and go for the pin here, and Lashley kicks out again. Lashley kicks out of the curb stop, but as As you can clearly see, he's been targeted early on. Rollins trying to get rid of him early. Orton straight away on the attack. I think they've identified Lashley as the big threat here. And I love how Randy Orton just slithers his way into the ring and tries to steal the thunder from Seth Rollins. It was Rollins' curb stomp that would have beaten Lashley. And Orton said, you know what, let me take the credit for that. So that's what Randy Orton's all about. If I'm Seth Rollins, I'd be pretty annoyed at Randy Orton right now, but Orton's trying to save Rollins from a potential attack from Andrade. Not to be though, as Andrade hits him instead. Rollins in the corner, Lashley coming over towards him. That's one man you don't want to be charging over towards you as Andrade kicks Orton. Lashley and Rollins to the outside of the ring. We didn't see the chamber really used at all in the first Elimination Chamber match of the night. I wonder if Lashley's about to change that right here. Utilize the cage, or maybe the pod around him as Rollins into the cage and the pod. Don't mind that at all. You may as well use the Elimination Chamber. It's there for a reason. It's to keep you locked in, but it can be used as a weapon. Lashley too busy posing right now as he tries to keep Rollins down. Orton working away on Andrade, and now Lashley into the cage. Lashley bouncing off the cage. Orton bouncing off the turnbuckle. Andrade trying to fend off the former world champion Randy Orton. As we saw Orton's record earlier on, he doesn't have the best record in the world because he spent probably a couple of years there in Universe Mode struggling to beat the top stars as Rollins kicks out. He then teamed up with Rhino and formed the tag team of RKO, and that tag team dominated the Smackdown tag division for quite some time there. And Orton kind of, found his mojo back, if you will. He got his confidence back and started to believe in himself once again that he could be a champion. Maybe similar to what Kevin Owens might be going through here. Maybe one day. Lashley back in the ring. Orton just waiting to stalking his prey right now. He's ready for Andrade. He's going to strike at any moment. And now he's got Andrade here again. Shocked in the midsection. Maybe even a little bit low. Below the belt perhaps. Andrade missing the drop kick. Orton still battling away. The next man to enter in. Will it be Bray or will it be Roman? It is Roman Reigns. Okay. The champion is in. Number 5. Not a bad draw. Obviously not the best he could have got, but Reigns is in. And I think Reigns will be trying to do everything he can to steer clear of everybody. Just try and hang in there for as long as he can. Pick and choose his spots. Rollins is down, and Randy Orton broke up the pin attempt. I don't know about that. Randy, he wants to be the one to beat Seth Rollins maybe. I don't know, but it's every man for themselves, but it's elimination. There's no real need to break up any pin attempts as Rollins connects on Lashley. Now, that's what Orton's all about. Sometimes Randy does some weird things, and I don't know why he did that, but Randy's the type of guy who's an egomaniac. He wants everyone to know how great he is. Maybe he wants to be the one to beat Seth Rollins. Maybe he wants to be the one to beat everybody. Andrade working on the champion now. Lashley has Rollins over the top of the rope. Rollins crashes down. Andrade whips Lashley into the corner. Reigns and Orton now as well. We'd love to see that match one-on-one. Reigns and Orton down the line. We might see it if Randy can steal the championship here and become champion. We might see it after WrestleMania. Of course, we know the winner of this one will face Sami Zayn, the ultimate underdog. Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship. Sami Zayn pulled off the unbelievable, the unthinkable by winning the Royal Rumble. And after the horrendous year that he's had, it's only fair that he gets that title shot. As Rollins set into the cage, Orton uppercuts Lashley. And Andrade just wants someone to fight. He's just over there looking for a fight. He doesn't care who it is. Rolls the sling blade. Reigns goes down and Andrade connects with a clothesline on Rollins. He's going for the pin. Referee not out there with them, but he's still going to count and gets 2. And Orton with the elbow on Lashley. And now Orton, here we go. This is what we're talking about from Randy. It is Randy Orton at his best with the DDT, utilizing the second rope for leverage. And now Andrade's going to steal the pin. He wants to steal the thunder, and he does. Lashley is pinned by Andrade. He's just pinned the United States Champion. That is huge for Andrade. And Orton's not happy about that at all. Big clothesline. And we're only moments away from the Fiend from joining this match. Well, Lashley was double teamed earlier on. He's taking some offense. He's been in there for a while. And when you're a big man like that, every hit, it hurts. Especially when you're feeling the wear and tear. Lashley eliminated. Huge. Orton! Oh, RKO already to the Fiend! Bray Wyatt hit with the RKO! And he kicks out though. Oh, Randy went for the best shot straight away. A wise decision. And they're already targeting Bray Wyatt, who's already coming to this match. As I said, probably 30%. Andrade with a hammerlock DDT. He's going to try and beat Bray. Two of the best moves, back to back in a kick out. Well, my goodness, they are clearly making their intentions known. Let's get Bray Wyatt the hell out of there. And now Andrade has the arm. He's trying to break the arm of Bray Wyatt. And Bray, though, he's able to fight out of it. And now the Fiend rams into Andrade. Rollins trying to take care of Orton. Lashley, the first man eliminated. You wouldn't expect that, but Lashley, he was targeted as well. And now they're doing the same sort of thing here to the Fiend. Andrade, he's going to try and take it upon himself to beat Bray Wyatt himself, and that's a tough task. He's already beaten Lashley tonight. It'd be huge if he could do it again. To be fair, it was Randy Orton's DDT that took care of Lashley. Andrade stole the thunder, realizing, hey, if I pin the US champion here, I might be in title contention. And Orton, fall away slam. Wyatt back to his feet. He's back inside. Rollins and Reigns fighting again, renewing that rivalry. Andrade and Orton in the corner. Both men are happy to try and steal each other's success. The Fiend finally getting a bit of offense as he suplexes down Seth Rollins. And Andrade hit with a suplex as well. Reigns starting to clear the ring. Well, I wonder when we'll see Roman Reigns and the Fiend lock up. Two of the big dogs here on Smackdown fighting away. At the moment, Wyatt happy to leave Reigns alone. He's starting to come back over to Andrade. As Rollins... Oh yeah, there it is! The curb stomp! Rollins hits the curb stomp and it's on Randy Orton. And Orton has kicked out. Wow. Big kick out by Randy Orton. And Rollins thought he had Randy beat. And Orton able to survive. Now Reigns trying to pin the Fiend. Good luck with that. As Andrade, Hurricane Rana. I gotta say, I've been quite impressed by Andrade. You know, as we said earlier on, this is not a guy that anyone really expected to win this match. He was the least favorite to win. But to be fair to him, he's putting up the biggest fight. He's been impressive. He has really stepped up. He's starting to prove that maybe he could hang with the big boys long term. Future main event star, potentially, is Orton over the top of the rope. Reigns and Wyatt now fighting away. Reigns at the moment has the better of him. Counter two and a kick out. Well, Wyatt already came into this match, not 100%. Met with an RKO instantly, then the hammerlock DDT. So he cannot be feeling good at the moment. He's got to be struggling out there. I wonder who's going to be the man to take him down for good. Who's going to be the one? Wyatt with the right hand on Roman. And Reigns now belly to belly. But for whatever reason, it's just not working. It's just not keeping the Fiend down. Andrade and Rollins are both down. Wyatt and Reigns fighting away. Rollins thought he had Orton beat with a curb stomp a moment ago. Exploder suplex from Randy. It just hasn't been enough to pin Orton yet. Wyatt with a DDT on the champion. And Reigns went for the spear, all or nothing, but missed. Big kick by Rollins on Orton. Super kick on the jaw. Orton is hurting. Is he down? No. Still has enough to kick out. Well, Reigns went for the big spear on the Fiend. If he had it connected, I think that would have been the end of Bray, surely. As no, Wyatt's got that vice grip. The mandible claw on Rollins. Now the pin. Rollins is down, but he just manages to get the shoulder up. He stays in the match. Just barely. Rollins has been there since the beginning, as has Andrade. Both men still in the match. And Rollins connects there on Wyatt. The cage being utilized as well. Orton against the pod. Rollins trying to pin Bray, and another kick out. Well, this match could be anyone's right now. Only one elimination. Lashley teamed up on earlier on, and he has been eliminated. At the moment, Wyatt still trying to hang in there. Reigns has Andrade up and hits him with a massive powerbomb to the outside. And that could be it for Andrade. And he's now into the pod as well. Rollins, here we go. Rollins! Curb stop on Wyatt! Reigns hooks the leg. Reigns pins the Fiend. The WWE Champion pins him thanks to Rollins. And the Fiend, my goodness, he's had a tough night. Attacked by Bryan, clearly costing him any chance of winning this. And you got to give him credit for even getting in the ring. But Orton attacked him early on. Then it was Andrade. Then the curb stomp. And Bray Wyatt has been pinned. Down to 4. Well, I gotta say, I don't think this issue between Wyatt and Bryan is done just yet. I think a receipt may be coming the way of Daniel Bryan very, very soon. Orton trying to take care of the champion right now. Andrade and Rollins back at it again. Andrade is down. Has he got enough to kick out here? Rollins just can't quite get him yet. And a double kick out from both attempts at a pinfall. And Rollins, another DDT on Andrade. And Reigns picks up Andrade in a sit-out powerbomb. Roman Reigns. Orton catches out Rollins. Roman Reigns will be closing in on a pinfall on Andrade. Randy catches out Rollins. This is what he used to beat Lashley before. Randy Orton with the DDT. Will that beat Rollins? Andrade thinking about getting himself involved. Orton took a while to go for the pin. He's going for it now. Reigns and Andrade watching on. And they watch Seth Rollins get pinned by Randy Orton. Down to 3. Now the sleeper. Orton in trouble here. Reigns could have him beat. Orton, could he tap out here? Will he pass out? Reigns. No, the referee says carry on. And Orton survives. Down to 3 now. Andrade still there. And Randy focuses on Roman Reigns. I don't know if that's a wise decision. You've got to focus on everybody. And Andrade will make him pay with a running powerbomb. Andrade, could he pin Orton here? No, Randy with a late kick out. Well, this would be humongous for Andrade. If he could be in the final 2 of this match, he'd have a huge chance of potentially becoming champion against all odds. Andrade against the ropes. And Orton, once again, focusing on Reigns. I don't know if forgetting about Andrade is the wise decision. I get it. He's a bit of an underdog in this match. Nobody expects him to win, but you can't just forget about it. Orton's strategy here is just forget about Andrade. I'll deal with him later. Let me take care of the champ. And Andrade, he's trying to remind Randy, hey, I'm here. And he's got him caught out here. He's got the arm hooked. Can he wrench it back? Orton slips out. And Randy tried to follow it up, missing. Andrade, Randy I think went for an RKO. Andrade shut it down. Randy's just going to try and get rid of Andrade once and for all. Hurricane Rana and Orton with a counter. And now Randy, look out, RKO! Randy hits the RKO. And Andrade's dream run is over. He's been eliminated. And Orton and Reigns are the final 2. Randy Orton, will he get to WrestleMania again? Roman Reigns, will he win another Elimination Chamber and face his rival Sami Zayn? Well, at least in Sami Zayn's eyes, his rival. Reigns doesn't seem to care about Sami at all. I'm sure Randy would love the chance to defend the championship in the main event of WrestleMania against Sami Zayn. And Orton The final man in this match, alongside Roman Reigns. It's been a while since we've seen Orton at the top. This could be his moment! Superman punch from Reigns. Orton could be knocked out cold. No, he kicked out at 2. So close. Randy's struggling though. Randy has got him again. This is what he used. He's beaten 2 men already with it tonight. Will it beat Roman Reigns? DDT! Orton wasting time. Got to go for the pin here. Got to try and beat him right here, right now. Hooks the leg. He wasted a lot of time. And Reigns kicks out. Big mistake there by Orton. He could not afford to waste that time. Reigns sending Orton to the outside. Roman Reigns will join him. Final 2. All or nothing. Everything on the line. Not just the title, but getting to WrestleMania as well. It's huge stakes. Massive implications. Reigns realizes it. Reigns thought about heading to the outside. Decided this is a better tactic. He's going to try and his luck here. Just keep the pressure on Orton. Just make sure Orton continues to exert energy. And Reigns! There it is! Roman Reigns with the spear! Roman Reigns wins and will go to WrestleMania. Roman Reigns defends the WWE Championship and he wins yet again another Elimination Chamber match. Unbelievable from Roman Reigns. The big dog has done it again. And now it is official. Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, one-on-one for that very championship. The WWE title on the line. Sami, I hope you're ready for the fight of your life, the biggest match of his career. Roman, you can say you don't care, but we all know that Roman Reigns has had his eye on Sami Zayn all year long and has been determined to take care of him once and for all. He'll get that chance at the big one. He'll get it at WrestleMania. What a match the Elimination Chamber was. Twists and turns throughout the entire night. And that is the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in the books. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the show and watch the full event, make sure you put in the comment section down below the word chamber. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize for taking so long to get these episodes out, but thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe and leave a like to see more episodes coming away. The next pay-per-view is WrestleMania, the big one. It's been what we've been building up towards, and it will close out the 5th season of Universe Mode. An unbelievable effort. 5 full seasons of Universe Mode. It's been a hell of a run, a hell of a ride, and I've loved every minute of it. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, please do join the forums, BrendenPlayz.com/forums, and our Discord channel as well. Get yourself further involved in the BrendenPlayz community. We'd love to see you there. Please do come along and say hello. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.